Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today. I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who has commented, who has watched a video, who has decided when it's a good time not to comment even, just for the love and the generosity and the kindness that you have all shown me over the last month and the last couple of years. It means a huge amount to me. It allows me to be a better person, to be a nicer person when I see how lovely you are with me. So thank you. And I must say thank you as well to people who have some people have given me money on super thanks, which I only found the other day when I was looking at trying to find out how to use subtitles, and that has more to do with the fact I'm not very good with tech than anything. I'd like to say I have some sort of ailment that stops me from using text properly, but I'm just absolutely rubbish with it. So thank you very much for that too, and to all the people on Patreon who've supported me. Lovely people on Patreon that have supported me to be able to put more time into YouTube videos as well. So you're the best. Today's reading is going to be because of the winter solstice, because of people who celebrate Christmas and who don't celebrate Christmas. And in my little heart and my little mind, I'm here thinking it's all about light. It's all, all these celebrations that we have has got a lot to do with light and energy in my pea brain. So I want to look at today the light inside you, how you shine, how you see yourself, your best abilities, and how other people, especially close relationships, what they find attractive about you. So, and as I was thinking of this, I couldn't get the song out of my mind. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I didn't want to sing that because it reminds me of school. Sat there cross-legged with bad hair, just singing your heart out. But yeah, it was bad. So that's what today's reading is. If you want to take your choice, the first one is Silent Night, the second one is Merriment, and the third one is Remembering. So we'll just get stuck in. Hi there, pile number one. I'm going to restart again. I'm going to talk slowly through this because there's a lot to go through. So what makes you shine? And this is more how you feel about yourself and where you think that, or where you think that you could take your best points and exaggerate them or run with them, or your points that you maybe want to shove under the bed a little bit. You've got the Fool card here, which initially makes me think of Uranus, obviously, and there's that's big energy that is often associated with energetic changes inside your body, and they can, I guess, with Uranus as well, being large energy but being very timely, unlike Pluto and Saturn and Neptune, which when you're looking at charts they can slide in and slide out still with a big impact. With Uranus you can spot it straight away and it helps you with timing. And with the Fool card being Uranus, as I've just said, people with strong Uranus can be good at dancing, and that energy that you have inside your body, I always feel is expressed with regards to the way that you move. And you can watch people walk and their gait, and you can sort of pick up what their energy, what type of energy they're carrying around. I was going to say the mixture of it, the amalgamation of that type of energy. People with strong Uranus tend to be able to think quickly, speak quickly, act quickly, and oftentimes hit the beat with regards to maybe humour, maybe movement. And that's why I always think Uranus is very prominent in people who can dance, but that dancing has got to have timing in it. It's not so much flow, it can be sharp, erratic with great timing. With the Psyche card here linking with the Uranus, there's a feeling that you are very aware of patterns and understanding things that are almost unseen by other people. And it's a sense of knowing rather than a sense of searching and reading other people's thoughts and opinions. This is like your own observations possibly here with these two, because that is patterns, and that is energy that's already flowing through you, that is allowing you to somehow wake up with Uranus there. So I feel that you're somebody who understands life's nuances in many ways and is beginning to track it in some way, whether it's internal, whether you've actually got a notebook, I don't know, but it's a knowing. It's a knowing of people's motives, situations, life in general, how we basically go through cycles. You know, we all have our spring and our summer and our autumn and our winter. And that would also speak of a sense of understanding when to ride the wave and the good bits, and when to let those bits that have served their purpose out of your life, and to probably be able to read other people as well. And possibly, although there's not much here apart from the moon card that is making me think emotion as yet, I was thinking possibly support people, but I'm not so sure as yet. That might come later. You've got the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords here. So with regards to, you know, how you may see yourself, that full energy is sharp. These cards here is sharp. So there's a feeling here with regards to the way that you communicate, that you could almost... What I'm feeling here is quip at times. So you may be very, as I said, sharp with your words. And somehow, because of your knowledge and your understanding with the Psyche and the Fool card here, the Seven of Swords, you know where to hit home and where you can possibly bruise or hurt people. So that may be something that you could use for the best, and that may be to do with humour, that may be to do with writing instead of in a negative form. I'm not saying you do this, I'm just saying that you may have this quality inside you. It could be, for instance, this is like Uranus rising or Aquarius rising with a Mercury square Pluto type of thing here, that you know what makes people tick, or you can know how to see what could rile somebody, and this is the choice on how to use that, whether you use it for writing or some sort of mental study that goes really below the surface in depth, whether it is observing people and patterns. So you could actually be, you could even be an astrologer or something with looking at patterns and the Uranus energy here, and this could come out in a way with these cards here that's quite either... This isn't soft and smooth and loving. This comes out in a way that is poignant and could... It's like you'd rather make a point than fluff over it. It's quite sharp energy here. With the Moon card here and the King of Wands, this softens it a little bit. With the King of Wands as well makes me think of Sun energy. So whatever you're doing, it feels like you're coming from a motive, although that may not be seen initially, with regards to nurturing people and supporting people. This is an energy that goes out after people or after situations to be able to make a point for point's sake. You're coming from a point of view in your mind or your heart that you feel that the truth is needed. So it's just thoughts there. Let's keep going. You're quite I'm going to say quite a case here, to be honest. With regards to your inner self, there's a feeling here of incredible balance, which I think is what we search for anyway in life. And I always think in life the best thing to do is to replicate nature, and a sense of balance in nature, whether with regards it's to like minerals or just life in general, is natural. It's actually natural. The Justice card here and the Chariot card makes me think that possibly with this energy here that you've worked through many experiences in your life to be able to feel settled in who you are, and this is continuing. This to me is like somebody who's still searching, always learning, trying to pull those different parts of themselves together in the outside world. It's like somebody who's still involved in the outside world in a big way, that the lessons are still coming at them continually with the Chariot card in the middle here. And the Judgment card here is like somebody who doesn't shy away from taking life experiences on board in a big way to be able to get a sense of equilibrium inside themselves. This to me is guts with understanding and knowing, and it's courage. It's the courage to go out and to be seen or be heard, because you know that this has got like a bit of a fire feeling in this. It's like somebody who doesn't shy away from difficult situations because you notice or you realise with these cards here that life is a journey. So that's strong. There's a feeling of strength here. There's a feeling of being able to use your mind and your intellect in a way that if you were a meanie, you could be really sharp and hurt people. But I'm assuming, as you're shining in this, that you can do that in a way that could be quite funny or quite articulate or quite observant in a way that hits home when people are reading or when you're talking. That's what I'm thinking here because, yeah, I've just explained why, so I won't go over it again. Okay, so let's go. Let's keep going. Okay, once again, with regards to how you communicate, you've got the Five of Swords down here again. And these cards I'm seeing here, and I'm looking at what makes you shine. So I'm going to interpret this in like a school report type of way. You know, when you're talking to parents and you're saying the best things, you know, you're putting something in a package, but you need to read behind it. The Five of Swords here, with regards to how you communicate, is that with your knowledge, your understanding, your insight into people, it's always important to understand that other people are on their journey too, and to not argue for the sake of it, even if you know you can win. Because this is all communication here. And you've got here the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. With this balance feeling behind, with the Justice card and the Chariot card and this gutsy feeling here and the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands here, there's a feeling of fire, there's a feeling of what I would guess an intrepid nature. And the Nine of Pentacles here is like somebody that goes out and fights in the world. With work, you put on your tough face, you go out, you do your best for a group of people or for the company. But when you come home, it's like that's when you rest. There's somebody who likes security in their own environment, but pushes outwardly in the world with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands here. So you communicate, I guess, in a way with others. You relate to others in a way that's straight up, that is strong, that is to the point, that doesn't... We say here fanny around, and it's quite an insult here because the word isn't really used for bottoms, not back bottoms anyway. You say it as it is, but you have the ability to hurt and to that's not school report, is it? And I wouldn't say that in school report, but that is probably something that's come up a couple of times. So just because you can do it doesn't mean you have to. That might come from a school report. Okay. What makes you shine is your ability to relate, especially with regards to family, with regards to people who are close to you. You may have a real love for where you were brought up or where you consider home, or you may have extremely strong relationships with siblings or family. The Two of Wands here and the Eight of Cups, even if you're removed from your family in some way, there's a feeling here that you still keep the connection open. You still send presents, you know, on the phone, go and visit often. There's a feeling here of somebody that nurtures people that are close to them, somebody that's very kind and considerate and does it with, because you've got balance here, with a sense of equality, not somebody who's like the older brother or sister that lords above the younger sisters, siblings. Yeah, I lord above all mine. No, I don't actually. I am one of the oldest, but to be honest, they whip me. There's a feeling of wanting to allow others to, in the family with a Lover's card, would be balance. And that Gemini there, perhaps, with this airy feeling here would be you make people smile, or you make people laugh, or you communicate in a way that keeps things light. But this is like, even if there's distance or you don't live together anymore, there's a feeling that when you do pick the phone up or when you do see each other, it's funny, it's light-hearted, it's playful, it's giddy, it's silly, like you've got your own in-jokes with your brothers or your sisters or with your mum or your dad. There's a feeling here of being able to sit, an equality, being able to sit and talk to them and share their thoughts and their opinions and their life in a way that, and you sit and express yours as well. It just feels equal. This whole reading feels like it's got incredible balance. With regards to love relationships, you've got here what feels like, because you've got balancing, you've got the High Priestess here, and you've got the Moon card up here too. There's a feeling of knowing, and it's to do with the Six of Wands, confidence, and the Ace of Swords of communicating that. To be honest, off the top of my head, it feels like you know that you're attractive. You know that you're attractive, you know what your worth is, but you don't express it openly, even though with these cards here you could if you wanted to. And that's a strange thing to say. And with this King of Wands here, with regards to how people express their love nature and how people express their self-confidence, I always think it's Aries that are always the ones that are very straightforward. Aries don't really hide anything. And because they know quite... I can't think of, they're highly sex a lot of people with pure Aries in them, you know, sex and physicality is incredibly important to them, and most of the time, a lot of the time, you can spot an Aries because they will be very open about not so much how important sex is to them, but how, because of their confidence, how good they are at it. And I can always tell, I think I can always tell when somebody comes to me, and I'm thinking of one person in particular, but it's happened repeatedly. I was being a nanny actually in Italy, and there was a woman there who was probably in her 50s at the time, and I was probably in my 20s I think. And she was talking about how good she was at sex, and we were at a pub, and I was thinking, you're Aries, aren't you? And she was. There's just that feeling of, why would you hide it? And with regards to here, and this is more like your love and how you relate in love relationships, there's a feeling here that you know you're attractive. There's a confidence there that I could relate to Aries with this card here. But with a High Priestess in the centre here, and this making me think of communication, you don't say it like an Aries person or Aries all the way through would. And Sagittarius are very good at... I was going to say very good. Oh no, I'm not going to say it. But... And Leo, all the fire signs, it's like they know who they are and they're going to say it. There's no modesty. They don't see the point in it. It's like, well, this is what the actual situation is. This is, you know, so I'm going to say it. There's a feeling here, you know the situation. You've got fire and fire here. But with the Moon card and the High Priestess, it's like you know that you're attractive. You know that people are drawn towards you, but you choose not to say it. Well done, because you've got things here. I'm worried if you do say things sometimes that come quickly to you. But this is, to me, is with regards to possibly experiences in love that you've built up, that you feel confident in who you are and what you've got to give, which is great. I mean, if you've got the Six of Wands here, it's like you know your worth. But you don't talk about it all the time. Okay, let's keep moving. You've got, once again, for more of how you come across in work or how you see yourself in work, I feel that you think you're quite balanced, that you are a mixture of being able to relate and a mixture of getting the job done here. The Queen of Swords here makes me think that all these qualities here with regards to the way that I was wondering whether you can sometimes pip the post with regards to a comeback, I suppose is what I'm going to say, that is because you've got the Queen of Swords here, although you are good at talking, you may communicate and get paid for the way that you communicate, that you do that in what I would say the Temperance card, a measured manner. With the King of Pentacles here, you could be the breadwinner, or you could be quite proficient at bringing in the moolah, just basically making money. You could be good at your job. This, to me, this whole spread with regards to what makes you shine is, I think that you know that you shine. I think that you've got a strong feeling, or you know your worth. You know who you are. You've got, I guess, high energy in some ways here that can somehow, in the way that you communicate, be your best friend or your worst enemy if you let it loose, is what I would say here. But in work, it's your best friend. This may be kept for I'm going to say, but I'm thinking of my children here. This may be kept for siblings, or somebody you're close to, where you know how to get them. Quick mind processes, articulate in the way that you speak, which is probably the only kind of articulate you get. An ability to be slicing with your perceptions, I guess. Okay, with regards to what I would say, an inner rumble to the good things in life that really matter. You've got a broad, very, very broad, which is all the way through this pile, understanding of people, life, spirituality, maybe even like religion and philosophies. It's like maybe something that you're incredibly interested in, and you allow other thoughts and opinions to come into. You enjoy playing with it. You enjoy playing with different ideas and concepts and things that have been found out in the past, and whether they work nowadays. Or, as I said, it's like you're probably one of those people that have lots of books on the shelf, and they span a huge range of subjects. Different types of philosophers, different types of religions, different types of whatever quest you're searching for with the Wheel of Fortune here. But the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups, it's like you've hit the right note because you're doing it with your heart rather than just your head. It's like, what's the point in learning all these things unless we're using our heart? And you know that. And, with regards to our hearts, that all that knowledge that's stuck in our head, and however much we ground ourselves in this world, that isn't going to flow unless it passes that heart. And that is the secret to it all. And you've got this Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune with this full card here. It's like you know that already. That's what makes you shine. Yeah, you can be a bugger with your siblings, maybe. You can be very quick with your mouth. But in this whole pile here, it's a real balance, depth of understanding, and there's a real strong feeling that you know why you're here. And there's no point in doing anything unless we use our hearts. Which I suppose is like, the 4 cards here, and these cards, I suppose you go through different ages, don't you? And the Pisces age, I assume, was I don't really know that, I'm not very good at remembering anything, was the age of the heart and giving and sharing and compassion. And then you get to the Aquarius age, which is the age of knowing. Actually, I do know a bit, which is the age of knowing, but your lessons are still learned from the age before. So let's just say we are reincarnated. You would have had to go through the old ages, even if things were difficult in the Piscean age and people were, in some ways repressed. The more that you fought through that, but still maintained the heart and the emotional energy, and the love was allowed to flow through you, and let the rest of this energy continue all the way through you. And anyway, that's what you've done well, is what I would say here. It's magnificent. It is magnificent. Let me keep going. This is a real journey. What makes you shine has a sense of, because you've been through, I guess, the Ten of Wands here, through lots and lots of different lifetimes and experiences, and allowed what I guess is a combination of searching, knowing, more searching, more feeling. It's just experience here. And with the sun in the centre here, it's like a gratitude for everything that you've been through, even the tough times here. It's like, because this to me always feels like initiation. It feels like the sun comes out, and the sun being the centre of everything, as we were saying right from the very beginning, all our, and I don't just mean, not that I am Christian, but there's, all our celebrations tend to reverberate around light. And this is the light in you, and you've got the sun card in the centre. It's like you know who you are, and you know where you are on the journey. And the Two of Cups here, to me, makes me feel that with the Fool card at the beginning, that you are here to relate on an equal pedaling footstool, I don't know the word here, all the experiences that you've learned in a way that other people can identify with you. This Two of Cups is not like lording above people, which I think, when we were talking about ages early, could have happened in the Piscean age, where that knowledge was kept and misused in many ways, because it was seen as power. But it's like you've come back in this lifetime here with balance and understanding, gratitude, experience that may have been tough, but that you just think it was part and parcel of the journey. And the Two of Cups here is to relate your knowledge and understanding of yourself and life and people and situations in a way that allows other people to feel like they can relate to you with these cards here. So, fantastic pile. I wanted to sing again this little light of mine, but I'm not. So, what makes you shine has a very, I can't think of the words, an esoteric feeling of what being wise, of understanding yourself, of appreciating that you've got where you have. And the Sun card here next to the Ten of Wands makes me think you're like a diamond. It's like through that pressure, through those experiences, is where your light comes from, being the sun in the centre. That's going to make you shine. And with the Two of Cups here is nice to finish with, because you can understand all your lessons. It's like the love that you give, combined with your knowledge and your understanding, is your most precious gift to yourself and to others. So you are a diamond with this one in the centre, and this experience pulling all the way through. But please be nice to your siblings. If you've got younger siblings, don't be mean. But that is what I've got. Pile number one. So I'm going to leave that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these cards away. I'm going to stay with you. I'm just going to do a few cards with regards to how others and lovers see you, trying to keep this energy in mind. So I'm going to switch off, but I'll be right back. Okay, so with regards, still pile one here, how do other people see you, view you? Well, I would say here, with regards to how others and lovers see you, there's a feeling here of, with the calendar here, the dream catcher. Sorry, can't catcher. I saw the C and the A and went with it. And the Eight of Pentacles here and the Ace of Cups. Because I'm relating this to the reading that you just had for yourself, there's a feeling here that others recognise what I feel is a strong sense of self with regards to how far you've come in a search for spirituality, if that makes sense, because you worked on yourself, You allow other energies in and you translate them, which came out very much in your first reading here. And the Ace of Cups makes me think that that bit that I picked up earlier, that you've found the secret to using your heart with regards to the knowledge that you found. So wise and loving is probably what I would say here. There's something unshakable about your first pile that I did for you and this pile here. The Four of Cups here and the Page of Wands. My sense here would be that almost a laid back feeling. You take situations on if you feel that they interest you, but it's like you're not pulled by outward experiences that normally make other people grasp or grapple. There's a sense of dignity, there's a sense of, and I know this is pronouncing correctly, but laissez-faire, something like that. A strong sense of take me or leave me. You have communication being very strong here again. So you may have a lot of air inside you. And with the Death card there, which I have to pull back to the other one, people may see that you could almost two different ways. You've got the choice, I think, and people pick this up in, and I'll translate this to more everyday things, to change people big time with regards to how you express and what you express, and that goes both ways. It's like you're sharp enough to be able to translate in-depth subjects in a way that can really relate, that people can relate to, but you're also sharp enough to be able to see inside people and their motives and their intentions and cut them to a quick. With that Uranus and the whole pile sort of hinting at that last time. So I don't know how that works in your life and what choices that you make with that. So that may be quite important. So people, I guess, with regards to how others and lovers see you, there will be a feeling of fear. There will be a feeling of treading lightly. You don't let people get away with much. You're nobody's fool. There's a feeling here that you are laid back, and this has got a feeling with regards to that, how beautifully your cards came out in the first spread, of that you don't chase irrelevance. Maybe the only time that you do that is with regards to getting the last word in with these cards here. And there's a strong hint, which I said earlier, the Death card here, that save those words for really changing people and using your intelligence in a different way. Don't waste your energy, which is great to see when you're on YouTube, isn't it? Don't waste your energy quipping at people that are just diverting your attention. Okay, so with regards to others and lovers, let's go with others first and we'll end on lovers. Others see you as being wise, controlled, learning through experience and with a really good heart and making people feel loved and comfortable. There's a feeling here of a shrug your shoulders that I've seen it, I've done it before, and I can choose it or I'm not bothered. You don't chase material things, I don't think, here. So you've got what I guess a laid back feeling about you. With the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords and the Death card here, there is a feeling of you being some sort of form of intrepidation with regards to not wanting to upset you in case you retaliate verbally, but also with this feeling here that you've got knowledge and information and understanding of life and its patterns, a very, very broad mind that needs to be honed into writing, teaching, or just generally sharing your view with others, I would guess here. So with regards to lovers, lovers would see you as not being able to play games with you, of being very kind, very gentle natured, having a strong love nature and being able to share yourself. There's not a feeling at all in here of holding back energy. There's a feeling here of not needing anybody, being very laid back with regards to relationships. There isn't, and which is incredibly important. There is, and as I say this, once you're content in yourself, that lack of neediness is one of the most attractive things that you've got, and this is what you've got. And people see that, people who want to be your lover or are your lover, see that you can take it or leave it, which is absolutely spot on. You've got here the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords and the Death card here. It's when things are, you speak your truth. When things are over or when things aren't good, you will say it. You're not somebody who I know you had the Moon card next to the King. You've got, I guess, intentions that are strong that aren't always expressed, but with regards to situations that crop up that need to be addressed, you're all in and you will hit, you will hit it straight on the head. So you're nobody's fool is probably what I would say with regards to lovers. You don't need anybody, but you've got a good heart, and whoever grabs you in life is a lucky devil. I'm going to leave that there, pile number 1, Silent Night. I hope that helps. I'm going to wave. I'm going to wish you all the best. And I don't know when this reading will go out, as I'm just generally just doing readings every day and then putting them out when they're edited, to be honest. But if I don't see you again or I don't hear from any of you, have a lovely, lovely holiday. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the correct word, just in case you don't celebrate Christmas. Have a lovely break and spend time with friends and families, and drink and be merry. If you don't drink, do something and be merry. Bye. Okay, what makes you shine? What do people see initially when they first clap eyes on you? The Fortune card here, the Fool card here, the Justice card here, and the Lovers card here. You're somebody that makes a huge impact on first impressions, because these are all major arcana. The Fortune card and the Fool card to me are far-reaching cards. They're cards that want to know what's coming next. They're cards that are not really, I'm going to say sentimental, because I'm thinking of looking backwards. So you may not be sentimental, but you also are less likely to suffer from depression. You're more likely to suffer from anxiety, possibly, because that's quite heightened. The Justice card here and the Lovers card here, I don't really know if that would be a problem with you, because both of these are very balanced. It's like you sit happy in yourself, and people pick that up in first impressions. The Fortune card and the Fool card as well, there's a lot of mutability in here, makes me think that you're easygoing. You're big, you're not easily phased, you don't judge very, not very judgmental. It feels like confidence in who you are, to be honest. And the Palace card here, slap between these two cards, which are a little bit otherworldly, and it's got a similar feel to pile number 1. The Palace card, to me, if you ever follow Palace around your chart, have I got the right planet here? Yes, I have. This is a weird thing, and I know I'm going to write about it sometime. I just don't when I find some time. The Palace card, if you had a diary and you just kept your best dreams, those dreams that really have an impact on you, it's Palace. And I'm not sure if it's a draconic charts or not, but Palace is the one that will almost show your reality. Oh, I can't speak about this, to be honest, because I'm not definite and I need to sort it out. But what I'm trying to say is it's patterns that can somehow come towards you, or you can understand them through dreams and through what I guess is a soulful journey, understanding your soulful journey before it comes out in reality. And you may have experienced this type of feeling. And as I'm saying this, if you're thinking, yeah, I know what you're talking about, this probably is your pile. With the Fortune card, the Fool card, it's projecting forward and understanding patterns. But to me, with Palace in the centre, it's almost like understanding those patterns from a spiritual perspective of the soul and other worlds. I can't think of a different way to put that. I don't want to lead you down some merry path. I've got the details wrong. I'll wait till I write it down. But the Justice card and the Lovers card here to sum this up, the outer impression and what makes you shine, how people pick that up and how you deal with that, to me, is a sense of direction, a sense of wholeness, a sense of balance, and a sense of understanding about life in general, of where your soul sits and where you want to go with it, where you want to project it, and knowing that through life's ups and downs, that because of you're quite centered in yourself, that you can take a lot on. So to me, that's a very smoothly tough love pile, or just tough pile, I suppose. A sense of grandeur in that. So to me, I think you know that you shine, and I think you know that other people believe that too, because it's the immediate, it's the first pile there, which is very strong. You've got a lot of major arcana there. Arcana, that's posh. I would say here that a lot of what you value in life, or what you perceive as important, and what makes you, other people probably drawn towards you, is your strong work ethic with the World card here. It's like you don't get anything out of this life with the World card. It's like ending, unless you're prepared to take the journeys, which can be hard, and unless you're prepared to work at things. So this has got a very sort of stoic type of Marcus Aurelius, is that his name, feeling about it. If there's no effort put in, don't expect life to give you anything back type of feeling. This isn't flouncing through life, being a prima donna and expecting, you know, the best to be given to you when you don't even give it to others. Yeah, I'm telling you off here. This is the complete opposite. This is a sense of perseverance, of working really hard at things, understanding what's the nature of reality in some way with the World cards here in this very strong pile, and the push gives you the end results, and knowing that, and you're probably like that in other people too. Strong work ethic, strong values, a strong sense of self-worth through action. Okay, this is a feeling that my first thoughts as I put these out with regards to what makes you shine. You communicate in a way with the Nine of Cups in the centre, in a way that could make you happy. This is complicated, in a way that could make you happy. So I don't know whether you're more subtle in your communication with regards to how you stand, or your eyes, or you move, or that you write, or that you do something. There's even a feeling here that you could have some sort of, I don't know the correct words, impediment with regards to one of your senses. I don't know if that's the correct word. And so that with the Nine of Swords here and the Four of Swords, you communicate in a way that's slightly different. So you could be deaf, or you could have a speech impediment or something, but it's something quite secretive with regards, not secretive, wrong word. There's something quite, and I think the word is probably quiet here. With communication, I don't know what it is, but you're happy with yourself. It's like somebody who, I don't know, something tricky going on with this. How do you shine with regards to communication? You've got very sort of laid back, painful cards, but you translate it as being positive. So you could live in an environment where, let's just say that you only speak a certain language, but you live in a country where that language isn't spoken, or that you are even mute, but you're happy with it, or that you are deaf and you're not confident with it you speak, or you're shy. There's something here like you're happy in yourself, but communication is something that is kept underground in some way, but you're content with it. I don't really know what that is. You could be shy and happy with shy, because you've got a feeling here of somebody that respects people that are gritty. There may be a feeling here of having large energy up here, but not having to. You're happy with who you are, but you don't have to translate it to the world. Or if you do translate it to the world, it's in a different format, and that makes you happy. Don't know if that means anything, because Interesting. I don't really know there, to be honest, but that's what I've got with regards to what makes you different, makes you, oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to move on from that. Oh, you may have had difficulties when young, and I don't know if this has to do with communication, whether you had difficulty speaking, whether you could have Tourette's or a stutter, or as I said, all those things before, or have been brought up in a country where the language was different, or some way of communicating to me has been difficult for you. And I'm wondering whether it relates to being young, because you've got cards here, the Tower card and the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. There's a feeling here of being restricted. Having to experience restriction in your life has brought out, and this is what really makes you somebody, something different from others, possibly, is a sense of grit, a sense of perseverance, and a sense of knowing who you are through what I guess is difficult experiences. And there's a lot in this to do with communication. Really, really strong in here. And it actually being a favour for you in the long run that didn't feel like a favour at the time. So whether you have learnt to relate in different ways, whether you write things down instead of talking, or whether you have an incredibly strong fantasy life, with, maybe creative writing in that way, or you communicate with, it feels like you hold something back because that you've learnt to do it. Whether, this, I know you've got a Tower card here, but with regards to this being an early environment, having the Tower card here, perhaps you felt awkward in school, and so you didn't speak up a lot, but now that you're just happy with the way that you are, because you know that you possibly have things to offer in other areas. Don't know. Because this has a feeling of somebody who felt anxiety through communicating at one point. And often has felt blocked in early environments, maybe to do with a parent, possibly. Maybe, you could have been like the black sheep of the family, but had different energy from the rest of the family. So whatever you said really wasn't, it was like floated over, or it wasn't part of what the rest of the family thought. Well, that's where we're going. It's like, okay, you're different. Something in that, but it's been good for you in some way. Oh, you've had some lessons in your life with regards to love and love relationships. You've taken what I guess, and we can all probably say this, a couple to heart with the Death card and the Judgment card here, possibly to do with the King of Swords type character here. So somebody who's quite straight, articulate, but maybe not over-feeling. Maybe Aquarius, Gemini, Libra strong in their chart. But this has got a feeling of love. You've had changes. Love in your love life has allowed you to wake up in some way to who you're meant to be. Not to rely on others, I would guess, because this is like a, oh lordy. Yeah, you may have even been divorced or walked away from a relationship, or somebody walked away from you, and it may have caused you some pain, but allowed you to let things go that don't serve you with these cards here. But it's been big lessons in youth, big lessons in relationships. So what's making you shine with regards to how this pile is turning up further down the pack is your ability to have gone through these life experiences and still be coming out with what I guess is extremely strong balanced energy. You're a tough cookie, and you appreciate people who get stuck in, who aren't flouncy, who don't run away at the slightest problem, because you've probably been through these tough times in your life. Yeah, there's a feeling here of whatever situation that you've been through, that you're one of those people that Yeah, it's a very Virgo feeling here with this and this, and there's a strength through it. It's like with regards to work and in getting stuck into life situations that you're probably committed to in some way, is that you do it with a sense of responsibility and a sense of I've started so I'll finish, and that your presence in a work situation or any situation that needs some dedication is people gravitate towards you. It's like you do it well. You're a tough person that's pushed, I think, pushed really hard, and that people sense what I guess is a very strong, I'm going to say substance inside you. I can't think of another word. Yep. Oh my gosh, this is a lovely ending. You have got, and this is like how broad-minded are you? How grateful are you for your experiences and understanding here? The Wheel of Fortune in the centre, that is the card for being broad-minded. And you're broad-minded through action, through experience. The Seven of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles here. Through applying yourself through life situations with the word grit that I used earlier, you have an understanding of what actually works rather than philosophizing. Oh my God. What is it? Rather than being theoretical, you know how life functions through you by actually experiencing it. Yeah, there's a way out of that one. Philosophizing, is that it? You shine because you do, because you've experienced, and you probably walk the talk. I don't know these sayings. Oh my gosh, what is it? I'll say it in English here. You do what you say, and you get on with it. And through that experience, you've had probably thousands and thousands of a myriad of different experiences go through your lifetimes to be able to understand who you are rather than just thinking it. You're somebody that gets up and does, is what I'm trying to say here. And that has allowed you to, with these really big major arcana cards here, of being balanced and having what tentacles that want to know where you sit in the world. The Wheel of Fortune here is that you know where you sit, but you allow everybody else the room to have their own experiences too. This is a fantastic pile of somebody who knows who they are and somebody who's not afraid of life. It doesn't have what I guess is the courage word that I used in the last pile. It's not that you haven't got it, it's just not the first word I would choose from the cards that have come out. It has a feeling of dedication and knowing. And it's not courage, you're not afraid. You just will do anything. But you wouldn't throw yourself off a cliff, but you would take anything on as in regards to a normal life circumstance. You don't shy away from action. It's got a great feeling. So that's how you're coming across to me, and that's how you're shining. Let's just put these cards away and see how others and lovers see your energy. I'm going to switch off, I'll be back. I'll keep the card here. Okay, to others and lovers, and I think this, to be honest, is more lovers than others. There's a feeling here of you being no nonsense. There's a feeling here of you being, why am I saying omnipotent? I don't even know what it means. There's a feeling here of a complete and utter, I can't think of the word. It's an admiration for the way that you stand. There's more to this. Solid. It's what I'm trying to say. You've got the strength, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. In your last pile, the Eight of Pentacles, you work hard. You've worked hard on yourself, but you work hard in life in general. You don't sit on your bottom expecting things to come towards you. You get off and you get up and you get off. You get off. You get up and you get involved with the Eight of Pentacles here. And the Strength card here is through your experiences, you've gained confidence in who you are. If you feel this confidence and you haven't experienced all these different things in life, it's not valid, really, is it? It's just thoughts. You know, you actually stuck in. The Five of Cups here has a feeling of people think they can rely on you, that what you say is, you mean it. But you've got here very romantic cards. You've got the Lovers, the Knight of Cups here. People fall in love with you because you are you. You don't pretend to be anything different. You take your responsibility for yourself. And there's something incredibly attractive about that. You're not away with the fairies. People can rely on you. If you say you're going to turn up at a certain time, you'll be there. This is like somebody who people would be drawn to for a long-term relationship because they know that you wouldn't be asking, when am I going to go next, after about 3 months. There's a feeling here of, oh Lord, the Strength card and the Lovers and the Knight of Cups, there's a feeling of being drawn towards you emotionally and in some sort of sensual way or sexual way because you are confident with where you stand and who you are. I can't think of a different way to put this. And I think because you came across with what I guess is quite a mutable feel, that you allow other people to be who they are. You don't ask a lot from anybody else. It's like you do it on your own, but you concentrate on yourself more than anybody else in a good way. Because this, to me, the Hierophant card at the end could indicate that you are quite bound with regards to where you sit in life and your likes and your dislikes. But because your first line was very mutable anyway, I don't think that's so. I think you just fight for your own beliefs. You know, this is me. You're prepared to let people slip out of your life to maintain what you felt that you've earned through experience. And there's something incredibly magnetic about that. I mean, you've got here the Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Cups underneath it. It wouldn't surprise me if you've got a huge, a plethora of people who've been attracted to you, who are very earthy. Maybe earth and fire in there. Now, this to me has got, it's like somebody busy. You come across to people like you're busy being you, doing what you're doing. You don't put your head up very often, but it's like you don't even get the chance to see people that are watching or attracted to you because you're just doing you with these two cards here. This is like busy working, you know, getting wound up here into whatever you're doing. The Strength card here is your confidence in doing it. And is there anything more attractive, especially to earth signs, than seeing somebody confidently engrossed in their work? No, there isn't really. And if you know somebody who you're attracted to who has earth inside them, especially in a sign that can relate to attraction, like a Venus or a moon for, you know, if you're a woman, or Mars, Sun, you know, if you're a man, I think that's probably the way around it will work. You could probably say quite confident that you've got this person hooked with all these loving cards, lovey-dovey cards, and these cards that basically can relate to your first pile here. And there's a feeling here of respect with these cards here. It's like you fight for what you've earned. So that's why Lovers, I would say more than others, find you incredibly attractive. You are who you are, and you don't ask anybody for anything else. You just expect them to treat you as you treat them. It's like, this is me. These are my experiences. This is what I'm going to put on the table. And there is that sense of knowing, because so many people are looking for it, that it pulls people like flies to a blue light. I don't know why I said that, because I can see that there. Hey, I'm going to finish that there, pile number 2. Yeah, I think I'm pile number 2 here. Thank you very much for joining me. If I don't get to say goodbye, and I don't know when this will go out, whether it will be on the 24th or not. Depends when it gets edits and basically all that. There's lots of different reasons, but I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me this year, and I wish you all the best for 2023, and I was going to say and beyond, but I didn't want to sound like Buzz Lightyear, so I'm going to stop myself, and bye. Oh, well, you are pile number 3, a saucy devil. So let me have a look at what makes you shine here. This has got a feeling, let me just shove these up here, of subtleties. There's something strong about you. There's something about you that feels like you don't have to say what you're thinking, what your intentions are, but they're felt. It's like I say a warm rush of water down your leg, but it's not that really. It's a feeling here of somebody who has intentions, knows where they want to go, is happy in themselves, and this is how people will perceive you as well. But there's also a feeling here of being, ooh, this is a difficult one. Yeah, wow. Yeah. You are somebody, I think, who, crikey, I can't read this, but I can tell you somebody who's got this energy. I know somebody who is Scorpio, Aquarius type energy. So the psyche here is like a sense of knowing and a sense of soul and a sense of understanding, you know, what's going on around you and how far you need to go next or how far you've come. And so that Scorpio Aquarius mixture is very good at having an insight into spirituality or that your own soul. But the Scorpio here is like a proper insight. And there's a feeling here with the Five of Swords that you could push people in very, very subtle ways in order to get your lessons out of life. So it's like somebody who quietly sneaks away at something if they feel that they are, or somebody else is in the wrong here. And the Seven of Cups here may be like, oh, well, that wasn't me type of feeling. So it's subtle, it's quite potent, it's there's a feeling of naughtiness with the Devil card here. Which could be Scorpio with something like Gemini in it, I don't know, but you know, something that's quite playful with regards to bigger concepts, bigger life lessons. And I think the Five of Fire here, that you push people as well to wake up themselves. They don't even know that you're doing it. So that's the only way I can express that with regards to the first line, which is unusual. So what makes you shine at the moment, I think, is a devilish playfulness, and that has got, and I can't say it in a different way, has a very soulful intent with regards to you and to others. It's like if you think that somebody needs a lesson, you'll do it and you can drag it out over 2 years. But in that process, you're probably learning your own lessons too. Unusual start. Let me keep going. Okay, this has got a feeling of the ability to see. It's like a sense of if you don't put the effort in, you're not going to get anything out of it. But there's also a feeling here with this playfulness, which is very quiet. The Ace of Cups here, that you do things with the best intentions. It's like you can love people, but you can still make them go through their own lessons in a way that you'll sit back and watch. It's a subtle allowance, I suppose is the way that I can say that. But I also feel as well, it's tough love pile, this one here. because you've got the Chariot card here, which is always trying to pull things together. You've got the Ace of Cups in the centre, which is, your values are centred in love. And that Chariot card is like self-will. And there's a strong feeling of self-will here that is left unsaid. And the Queen of Pentacles here is the tenacity to see through life's lessons, what you've got to deliver. It feels like you give people lessons in this pile, to be honest, and that it's very long-winded and very subtle. I can't think of any other way. This is a difficult pile. This is a difficult pile, but there's like, you've got, I'll translate it. It's easy if I can translate this. With the Ace of Cups in the centre, it's like if you've got kids, it's like you would allow kids to, I'm really saying this because my sister's just had a baby, cry through the night a little bit, so that they learn slowly, bit by bit, to be more independent. If you've got lovers that are push or needy, you will show them love, but you'll also disappear for long periods of time to allow them to grow up too. If in work situations, somebody's being underhand, or you will slowly have a plan of action that lasts 6 months to be able to allow them to either reveal themselves or to catch them out. That is the only way I can translate that. So what makes you shine in those two lines, I would think, is coming from a good place and allowing people enough time to be able to give themselves up. I can't think of a better way to say that. You are befuddling me a little bit here, but that is what I would say. Oh my lordy. With regards to the way that you express yourself and how can that be a good point, it's like you deliver sentences, you deliver communication, you leave things open for people to trip themselves up. There's a feeling here of being subtle and clever in you, and that's what makes you shine. It's like if you're a therapist, and I'm sure all therapists do this, or if you're a psychologist, or if you're a teacher, or if you had a position where people looked up to you in some way for advice or some structure, it's like you allow them to deliver their own information, and that is the way that this whole pile is coming across. You are who you are, you know what you're doing, and you basically open up doors for people to be themselves. And there's a scorpionic feeling here, although there's no scorpion in this pile, of sitting back and watching. So I don't know whether you have a career in that type of thing where you allow people to express themselves to find their own answers, because this is what I would say here. It's like somebody who's quiet. I know a woman like this in work who's Capricorn Cancer, and she doesn't say much, but she's tough, and she will allow people to trip themselves up, and she won't say anything. Which is good. That's what I'm getting from you. So there's something with regards to people being drawn towards you who wouldn't learn the lesson if you shut your mouth off. If you were, if you went for it with regards to abrupt or strong sort of tellings off, it would be more a case of you just sit back and you let people be. But there's something that you find quite amusing with regards to people being, and life in general is amusing, because we all are funny at times, I suppose. There's a feeling here that you may actually be similar to one of your parents. Your parent may have interacted with others in the same way, and you may have been very close to that particular parent here. There's a Virgo, there's an airy feel here. Virgo, Scorpio is coming up in my mind. I don't know where I keep getting Scorpio from. It's the subtleties of the first row. But I would say here that somebody taught you well, or somebody brought you up well, or whether it was, to me it feels like a man, could have been an uncle, could have been a brother, could have been a friend, or somebody from your home environment that taught you your self-worth through not giving you what you wanted immediately, through being able to sit in your own skin for a long time to be able to find your own answers. And this is what you're all about. This is what this pie is all about. There's a sense of camaraderie with your home environment here and somebody who you're attached to, a sense of both coming from the same point of view. It's almost like there might have been somebody in your family who possibly could have been male, that when certain funny things happened, almost like when people fell into their own traps, you would look at each other and smile, as in you both knew it already, but you didn't even have to say it to each other, because when you were younger it became so automatic between the pair of you. I don't know what it is. It's got very, do you know who it makes me think of? And I'm absolutely awful with names. I'm thinking somebody with slopey shoulders. The actor who's Behind the Pines, or... oh, I've forgotten his name. Blonde. Hold on, let me just shout at my sister. She's just put a mop down to tell me Ryan Gosling. It makes me think of Ryan Gosling. The parts that he plays in so many of his films, where he's quiet, he's perceptive, he doesn't say anything, he lets people just fall over themselves. This is how you're coming across to me, and this is what makes you shine. And Ryan Gosling is incredibly sexy. Not to me, because he's blonde. My whole family are blonde, and I don't really find blonde sexy for that reason. It's just too close to home, but he is, with regards to, and when he's interviewed as well, it's like he picks parts that probably are part of himself. He's Scorpio. Yeah. He is Scorpio, isn't he? Scorpio. I don't know what else. Right, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, with regards to love, relationship, what makes you shine with regards to love? Oh lordy, I feel that this may be, and I know this is what makes you shine, but this may be the bit that trips you up. Because the Fool card and the World card, the beginning and the end, to me it's like all or nothing, with the Nine of Swords in the centre. It's like, unless, because you probably have strong values or a strong sense of self, which is very subtle but strong, if that makes sense. You don't shout about it, that you expect, especially if it's a scorpionic type of feeling, you expect people to be all in with you, with these cards here. And if they're not, or if you get a sense of slipperiness in any way, then you could call the shots, I guess. This is a strong pile. And when you may know if this is your pile, if you were young and you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or somebody that decided to not play around, but go out with friends when you've decided that you're lovers and this is our relationship. Let's just say you're like 16, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, and we're in a relationship, but that person was not so fixed as you in a relationship, and they went and had lots of different friends, like a Sagittarius type person or a Gemini type person that liked to be with lots of different people. It's like you don't think you would like it. And that may be, although this is where you shine, let me put another card here, you could almost say we're all or nothing with those cards on either side here. Because it's like there's nothing in between apart from the Nine of Swords, the beginning and the end, the Nine of Swords in the centre. And this is more like a love pile and how you relate. It's like you could be quite tough on lovers and others, because you're quite fixed maybe. You may have a lot of fixed signs in your chart. This to me is making me think of a lady who cut my hair not long ago. She was Libra, she was Scorpio Libra, and when she came up to cut my hair, she didn't pretend to be anything that she wasn't. She's very quiet, a bit like Ryan Gosling. She smiled, but just enough not to, to feel like she was trying to please. And then she didn't talk too much, but she kept the conversation going. And she was very straight with what she was saying. She says that she was telling me that a lot of hairdressers tend to find the polite conversations the hardest bit. And I thought, well, that's very honest. Why you cut my hair? We're having a polite conversation, which, is part of it as well. But she was like, well, that's it. I said it, and it was not uncomfortable between us. This has got this feeling here, but this has also got a feeling of being smooth in yourself, knowing who you are, but with this fixity here, you're happy with it, but when it comes to relationships, if that person isn't the same nature as you, you may find it difficult. Just a thought there. Wow, I think that you have, this isn't half a pile. I think that you have learnt your lessons in life in tough ways. The Judgment card here with regards to your depth of understanding. And the Judgment card is like one event totally flip into the other event here. When the Ace of Swords is understanding, the Three of Swords is through heartache. So to me, you've had what I guess is a tough journey, but you've still got a wry smile on your face. So this is a very interesting pile. Even though you're fixed, I also think as well with the Knight of Wands here in the centre, that you have the ability to keep searching. You're fixed in what you've found and you sit on that for a while. And I can understand that because I think I do that with astrology. I think that I spent periods of life looking and searching. And then I think over the last 2 years, I just thought, well, I'm going to sit with what I've got at the moment. And now I'm getting into that poke in my head and I want to know more. And I've started looking at lots of different things. The Knight of Wands here to me is a feeling that with regards to how broad-minded you are, that you have periods of searching and pushing outwards here, and that you, because you've got this like all or nothing feeling, where are those cards here and here again, that you can leave, I can't say, you leave situations and then you really leave them. So that may actually be part of how you treat relationships, especially if you have got Scorpio or fixed signs there. And I was thinking about this the other day with regards, and I've said this in other readings with regards to fire signs. And my daughter said the same at the dinner table the other day. She said, oh, when a relationship's over, it's over in my head, but I can still text them and talk about dogs and send dog pictures and silly things to each other. I'm like, oh my gosh. You're like, the relationship's over, so my emotions are cut off from you now, and you walk away from it. The situation is over in your head. You are a bit of an all or nothing pile here. No communication, I guess, here, and you're moving on once with regards to relationships, but you put a full stop at things and then you move on. So with regards to what makes you shine in this pile, from what I can sense here, is that you've got a very strong personality, that you've got a subtle understanding of life and people in general, and that you allow people to be able to, you give them the space to learn their own lessons, but there's something that you almost sit in the sidelines with a wry smile when they fall on their face. It's got a bit of a devil in it in this pile here. In a good way, not in a bad way, if you know what I mean. It's like you can play with life in a way that you know life's tough and people need to learn their own lessons. There's a feeling here as well that when it comes to love relationships, that you're all in or all out. So what would make you shine here is, I guess, intensity and subtlety combined together. So let's just put these away and let's, oh gosh, what a pile, eh? Very interesting. Let me put these away and see how others and lovers see you. Okay. Others and lovers, and I'm thinking mainly lovers to be honest here, could be others, they see you as fair, kind, confident, and not really caring what other people think. It's like you're just getting on with life, you know what you're doing, you're a tough nut to crack, I would say here. There's a feeling here of what I guess is what I can see in the cards is not what I'm feeling in my chest. It's like it's like a strong sense of magnetism to somebody who doesn't talk a lot. It's like a strength of character in being balanced inside yourself that pulls people and they don't even have time to realize why. There's also a feeling here that you tend to attract people who, they are drawn towards your all or nothing type relationship character, because that can be quite sexy, especially if you choose them. They're like, well, I must be the all. You know, it's like you make a choice and that's it type of feeling. And it makes people feel cherished in some way, or treasured, or special. But when it's over, it's over. This has got such a scorpionic feel to it here. The Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands, but with a journey here. Don't know. Not sure. How do they see you? The Three of Wands would be part of a group situation. They see you as working well as part of a group. They see you as doing what you say. You push the boat out, you're waiting for it to come back, you're there waiting for it. And the Ace of Wands is when you've said something, you do it with gusto. So this has an intensity to it, which is all the way through, an ability to stick to your guns, a confidence in yourself. They see you as shining with regards to the fact that you appear incredibly at home in your own skin. Even if there's an edge of, which comes through it, an edge of going through difficulties. My daughter was watching Wednesday on TV the other day. I'm not going to say anything, but you know, when she's quite dry, but she's like, it's incredibly interesting. There is that feeling in this file. They see you as being cool and tough and strong, and you may actually have a lot of people drawn towards you, not just for the fact that you make them feel special because they've been chosen by you, but you may get people of a more wishy-washy, gentle nature being pulled towards you to almost like suck off your energy. Not like that, but do you know what I mean? It's like to almost be able to have a little bit of you rub off on them. So that is what I have got. To summarize that, why do others and lovers find you special? It's your sense of self, it's your sense of fairness in some way, although there's something naughty in there. It's your sense of saying what you're going to do and actually finishing whatever you decide you've put your mind to. There's a feeling here of being tough through past experiences with these cards here too. And there's also a feeling here that you take no crap from anybody, to be honest, here with the Queen of Cups here. Your love nature is when it's gone, it's like, that's it, it's gone. I'm pulling out, I'm out of here. You know, I will shed a tear for a night or two, but I'm cutting off. So a strong sense of self, and I think this comes from your parents, or one parent in particular, and that's how people see you. You're no messing, you're a strong character. There's something extremely attractive with your subtlety and strength combined together. You know who you are, I think. So I'm going to leave that there, pile number 3. I'm going to say goodbye. If I don't see you, I don't know when this will go out, whether it will be, I don't know when it's edited or when it just goes out. But if I don't see you again till the new year, have a fantastic end of the year. And I hope 2023 brings you some fun and love. Bye.